大家好啊！歡迎今個禮拜嘅守護者觀眾聽眾咧嚟到今集咯喎。咁其實嚟講咧，我哋喺開始之前咧，亦都係要順便提下大家，我哋有個報料熱線嘅。咁如果大家凡係發現有啲懷疑虐待動物個案或者破壞環境個案都好咧，咁其實都歡迎係寫俾我哋嘅。點揾我哋咧？就係喺呢個 Facebook 嘅守護者 HKBC 啦。咁我係你哋嘅主持 Jacqueline。Hello，
我係 Rosana。
係啊，好緊張啊！好耐未試過咁緊張啦，今集。
因為太精彩啦，係咪？
因為咧，其實咧，當我 post 今集嘅預告嘅時候咧，即係有百幾個 share 咧，我係直情完全好 amaze。原來咧，其實當中咧好多嚟自墨西哥啊、荷蘭啊、英國啊、美國啊、南非啦，係咪？
好受關注啊！
係啦，咁同埋甚至乎有個澳洲嘅動保組織咧，都主動 share 今次我哋個內容俾大家嘅喎。咁即係換言之咧，世界各地嘅朋友都會係關注我哋今集，但係點解咁重要咧？呢一集
係咧，點解咧？
因為咧，我哋今次咧請嚟嘅嘉賓咧，係應該咁講，我可以大膽講喺香港嘅傳媒界係第一次揭示呢個獵豹嘅活動，全球性一個好嚴重嘅問題，但係竟然喺香港嘅傳媒咧，好似冇乜點提及啊！你有冇留意啊？
冇，因為冇人講。
係啦，咁所以其實咧，大家都係好注重呢一件事。咁好啦，事不宜遲，我哋請我哋今日嘅嘉賓先，好嘛？
好啊。
係啦，咁就係今日我哋請到咧，就The Seals of Nam 嘅 founder 阿 Pat Dickens 先生。
咁我請佢出嚟咯。
好啊。
Okay. Hello, Pat. This is Rosana.
Hi, how are you going?
How are you? So tell us where you are at. Where are you located?
I'm situated in Cape Town. It's the bottom end of South Africa.
Oh wow, OK， 佢喺南非嘅噃。
係啦，今次我哋個嘉賓咧就會係遠自南非啦。嗱，咁講開獵豹活動咧，我知道 Rosana 其實你都做咗啲調查喎。
係。咁我係有聽過呢樣嘢嘅。不過講真，我所知道嘅嘢，即係成日聽到人哋獵豹咧，都係講加拿大嘅獵豹。但係原來今集我哋請嚟呢個嘉賓咧，唔係講加拿大嘅獵豹。不過我哋繼續講落去咧，都會問佢
拉到呢件事嘅，
係
啦。咁同埋其實嚟講咧，我知道咧豹用品，即係譬如話啲豹藥丸係嘛，豹油啊，同埋甚至乎咧中國人亦都係用一啲豹嘅內臟啦，咁嚟得去食嘅喎。咁其實個好處喺邊度咧？咁其實我做咗少少調查咧，其實就係話咧，啲人覺得咧食海豹丸咧，就係幫助佢哋嗰個血液、嗰個血管好啲啦 ，omega 3啦，係咪？咁又譬如話可以防止呢個血栓塞啊，塞血管。咁同埋咧，甚至乎係令人聰明啲啦，皮膚靚啲啦。咁到最近咧，咁我上網睇到一啲 forum 啦嚇，咁有啲準媽媽啦，其實原來都係開始即係佢哋都好吹捧呢樣產品啊。佢哋話食完之後咧，對嗰個 BB 會好啲咁話。咁同埋即係我見到咧，就算喺淘寶啦，係咪都會見到咧，都有人係賣呢啲海豹皮做嘅帽啦、衫啦，哇！真係乜嘢都有，即係無論呢個皮草業啊，同埋咧動物產品工業咧，咁其實都會牽涉到，其實嗰個範疇真係好大喎。
OK， 咁好可惜啦，即係為呢個海豹而惋惜啊！
係啊，咁其實嚟講咧，即係究竟殺咗幾多海豹咧？咁一陣間阿 Pat 咧都會同我哋講翻，即係其實實質揭示我哋嘅內幕，同埋當中會唔會有任何政府嘅陰謀喺入邊咧？係啦，好啦，咁事不宜遲啦，咁我想問下 Pat， 不如阿 Pat 介紹下佢自己，同埋即係其實佢呢個組織係啲乜嘢嚟啊
？Hello Pat, so we just did an introduction about the hunting of the seals and all this medicinal use. So we would like to find out more information from you. But first of all, can you introduce yourself and what your organization does so we understand who we're speaking to?
Okay, obviously my name is Patrick Dickens.
Yeah.
I've been involved in this industry for not very long. I've been at it for just over 6 years now. It started off in November of 1999 that I started getting involved. Must I go faster or slower? Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much I can talk for that you can still interpret by.
Oh, okay. It's okay. Okay,
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll get the hang of it as we move on. But let me just.
You know, a couple of practice runs. You know, I don't want to talk too short.
Yeah.
And then I also don't want to talk too long that you don't remember what I'm saying.
Sure. Okay. So we understand you only started 6 years ago, helping the seals.
I began working about 6 years ago. I was working for one of the car rental companies at the time.
Right.
I was based at one of the local airports. And as I was doing my paperwork, I overheard a snippet of news on the radio that 80,000 seals were going to be beaten to death in Namibia, which is a neighboring country.
Okay. Let me just translate that. 咁Pat 咧，佢話其實咧都唔係好耐嘅啫，佢只不過係6年前咧開始係投入呢一個救呢個海豹呢個行業裏邊。咁點開始咧？佢咧就係話其實咧佢係有一個偶然嘅機會咧喺個機場嗰度咧聽到有人講話將會有8萬隻海獅係俾嚟打死。咁你見到我哋後邊嘅 backdrop 啦，即係點樣殺海獅嘅啦？佢真係用棍去毆死佢嘅，係啦。咁呢個就令佢開始咗呢一個關注係啦。
OK， 咁但係其實嚟講，大家都知道係一個好殘忍嘅活動嚟啊。咁但係其實除咗殘忍之外，其實對個環境會構成乜嘢影響咧
？OK， Pat, so you cannot see us, but in our backdrop.We have a picture of some workers holding a wooden stick and about to club the baby seals to death. So we understand this is a very, very cruel industry. So Jacqueline was asking me just now, so besides the cruelty, what is the impact on the environment when these people are just clubbing tens of thousands of seals?To death every year.
It's actually horrific, and it has a huge impact, particularly on the Benguela Current, which is the ocean current that runs up on the west side of Namibia. What happens is the seal quota, the amount of seals they're going to kill, is made up of 80,000 baby seals.And a further 6,000 adult bulls. The baby seals are culled because their fur coats get sold. The pelts are sold as fur. And the 6,000 adult bulls are slaughtered for their genitals. Their genitals are made into useless sex tonics. Because the genitals of the male pups can also be used,they tend to be targeted much more so than the female pups. This means that at the end of one season, the ratio between male and female pups is now not balanced. There are many more females than males in a given colony. What can happen is a male seal can impregnate up to 40 female seals.This causes the species the species population growth to be quite high, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Should I rephrase that?
Yeah. Okay.
Let me rephrase that.
Yeah. Let me explain. You just let me explain first because you just told me something very important. The impact on the populations of the seals. So let me explain to Jacqueline first. So 呢個問題問得好好，佢亦都答得非常之好。係。咁佢話咧，其實咧，佢有影響嗰個海洋嗰個current啊，即係嗰個水流啦嚇。咁咧仲有係 嚴重影響嗰個海豹嘅population， 跟住嗰個數量啊。咁佢話咧，其實佢去呢個地方咧，納米比亞應該叫 Namibia 咧，佢話佢每年有個 quota 嘅。係。咁咧，每一年咧，佢可以殺8萬隻 BB 仔。
8萬隻 BB 仔？係
啦，8萬隻 BB 仔，6000隻成長嘅海豹。OK。咁點解咧？嗰啲 BB 仔嗰啲毛咧係愛嚟做皮草嘅。咁然後咧，大嗰啲海豹咧，
海豹邊啊
？Exactly， 係啦，就係愛嚟做呢個海豹邊啊。咁咧，淨係要佢條邊陰公。咁咧，因為佢要佢條邊咧，所以咪嚴重影響咗佢個平衡咯。因為佢殺晒啲男嘅。咁咧，
淨係得女嘅。
佢話佢一隻男咧係可以同40隻女嘅交配。係。咁其實大自然係有佢嘅定律㗎嘛，係有佢嘅規律㗎嘛。佢嗰個點樣繁殖嘅數量。咁忽然間你話殺晒啲男嘅，咁咪冇人去，即係冇隻海豹同啲母豹去。即係冇 BB 咯。係啦，咁咪變咗嚴重影響佢個生態啦，佢個繁殖率啦，咁以後嘅數量咪會減少咯。哇！呢個好嚴重嘅問題
係啊，有冇搞錯？喂，咁但係其實至於個環境方面咧，即係大自然嘅環境會唔會因為啲工人多嘛，即係造成任何污染啊？會唔會有呢啲啊？
好，不過我之前都做咗啲 research。Okay, Pat, okay, we understand this totally affect the balance of the population. But Jacqueline was saying, with killing so many thousands of the baby seals, which happens, we see it on the beach. So does it cause any environmental impact to, the beaches and the area? Because you must have so many corpses.
Yeah, what I was saying
around.
is the government of Namibia claims that the seals need to be slaughtered in order to protect fishing stocks. But what they are doing, because they are slaughtering more males than females in their slaughter process. It causes the males to breed faster with the females. So you get a massive population growth. When the population grows exponentially at an unnatural rate, it then goes and feeds dramatically on the fishing resources. This causes more stress on the ecosystem in general, because of the increased pressure, the unnaturally increased pressure of more seals coming on and feeding off the fish.
So actually, okay, so it's like a negative impact because they say it's affecting the stock of the fishery, like affecting the livelihood of the fishermen because the seals are eating all the fishes. But in fact, they are encouraging more population growth.
They are exacerbating the situation. They are making it worse by their very slaughter method. If you look at any culling for conservation purposes, like say for example they're going to cull too many elephants in one area and they're damaging the environment, they always shoot the female because the female takes out, you can't breed without a female. But in Namibia, they're not touching the females. They're letting the females breed rapidly. If you look at statistics, when South Africa and Namibia were clubbing seals, the statistics show that when South Africa stopped clubbing, the growth rate went from 165% to only 5%. Namibia's seal colony has grown by 385% in the same time period.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
So, yeah. It's quite technical. I hope I'm explaining it correctly.
Yes, I get you. Right. Okay. 咁咧，頭先阿 Pat 解釋咧就話，其實點解佢話呢個政府話點解要殺呢啲海豹咧？就係因為佢影響佢嗰個漁獲。
因為食咗啲魚。
係啦，佢話啲海豹食晒啲魚。OK。咁但係咧，佢而家咁屠殺嘅時候咧，反而咧就話令到啲海豹咧。個繁殖嗰個rate 嗰個速度咧仲快咗，因為佢趕唔切啊嘛。咁頭先我哋講話呢個殺晒啲男嘅，咁佢就搞唔掂啦。咁但係原來啲海豹好叻嘅。 你殺晒我啲男嘅咧，剩餘落嚟嗰啲咧，我就仲繁殖得快啲。
哦，即係補翻條數。
係啦，補翻條數。咁反而而家咧，佢因為繁殖得仲多咗，咁佢咪又食多咗魚咯，咁咪反效果啦。
唉，真係自己好唔衰又攞嚟衰啊！呢啲真係。
咁頭先阿 Pat 咧仲解釋喎，咁其實以前咧呢個南非咧都係會咁樣殺啲海豹嘅，但係南非咧我記得1990年咧就已經禁咗啦。哦。咁咧佢就話南非咧喺呢段時間裏邊本來嗰啲海豹係個繁殖率係165%，但係南非禁咗唔殺啲海豹之後咧，個繁殖率先係得去翻5%啫。嚇，
爭咁遠啊！
係啦，咁咪唔會食晒啲魚咯，係咪啊？個繁殖率佢係5% instead of 165%。咁而家納米比亞點咧？咁你係咁狂殺咧，佢個繁殖率係385%。
第四。
係咪反效果得好緊要？
哇！真係好，我估唔到海豹咁聰明喎，真係。係啦。佢自動識補數。
所以你話啲人咧，其實係一個藉口咯。
係啊。
係咯，啲數據唔會呃你啦。
嗱，咁話時話啦，咁阿 Pat 做呢一個機構啦，咁但係其實佢哋做咩嘅咧？呢個組織
？Okay, so Pat, tell us about your organization, the Seals of Nam meaning Namibia, right? So what does your organization does?
We're pretty much a protest organization, and we are opposed to the culling of seals. It started off with just the, well, as I say, I became interested in the culling of seals when I overheard this on the radio. And from there, I started writing letters to the newspaper, and more people on the social media side started supporting what I was doing. And one thing grew to the next, and it got to the point where I met with the Namibian government in 2011 to discuss the issues of killing the seals. Their very own law forbids them from killing seals. It states quite clearly in the Namibian Animal Protection Act that it's an offence to beat an animal to death. Now, when I raised this issue with the government of Namibia in 2011, that was at an ombudsman's meeting. I was with International Fund for Animal Welfare, Sea Shepherd Conservation Society, a whole lot of animal rights and conservation organizations went to Windhoek. And we all raised our various issues with the government. And the government turned around and said, according to the semantics of the law, a seal is not classified as an animal.
Huh?
So
what is it?
Yeah, that is an absolutely ridiculous situation.
Okay, I got to translate this. It's ridiculous. 咁Pat 話咧，佢話佢開始嘅時候咧，就係寫下信啦，去下報紙啦，咁等人多啲知道呢個問題啦。咁開始多人關注啦。咁佢喺2011年咧，就已經係去呢個政府嗰度咧，就已經開始去同佢哋即係去申討啊咁。佢哋都係。佢哋嗰度都有個叫平機會嘅。OK。咁咧佢就話喂，平機會嗰度話唔準殺海豹嘅喎。咁但係跟住佢個政府出嚟話咧，海豹唔係動物喎。
嚇？海豹係哺乳類動物嚟嘅喎。
嚇 ？So if it is not an animal, what is it? A plant, a vegetable?
It's a crazy thing. They consider it a wild animal, and because it's a wild animal, it's not under the control of anybody. And this is how the law is stipulated. It identifies an animal as something that is under the control of a person. It's either in captivity or it's under control. And because seals are wild, they're not in captivity, they're not under control, therefore, according to the law, they're not animals. Which the most absurd notion ever.
Exactly. So what about
they talk about harvesting seals as if you harvest grapes and wheat.
Yes, it's like a vegetable. Jacqueline, it's terrible.
And another point that is crazy is if you look at the Canadian situation, I mean, they're also hunting seals in Canada. They hunt hundreds of thousands. I'm telling you, 400,000 plus is the quota each year.
Oh, worse than Namibia.
If you want to be a seal killer in Canada, you don't need a hunting permit, you need a fishing permit.
Oh my God.
So the Canadians think seals are fish, and the Namibians think seals are not animals. So I would like to know, what are these politicians smoking that they come up with such ridiculous legislation?
Exactly. What are they smoking? Oh my God. Oh God, we got to tell this to our Chinese audience here. 阿 Pat 頭先話咧，咁佢話海豹咧係野生動物，
係啊，
咁所以咧就唔受呢個管制啦，唔受呢個法律嘅管制啦。
管制哦，
係啦。咁佢咧就
野豬一樣，香港啲野豬又係啦。
可能係啦嚇，咁佢又話佢又唔係動物，咁我都問佢，咁唔係動物係咩咧？
係咯，菜啊，
係啊，菜，係啦，咁咧佢就用個字 harvest， 即係話收割。harvest 啲 seal， 咁咧就真係收割。vegetable，you harvest rice， you harvest grain，you harvest any crop。咁佢咧即係我都唔知佢點諗啦嚇。咁咧佢就話可以用收割嘅。大佬。咁阿 Pat 仲話咧，加拿大都唔好得幾多咋嚇。加拿大咧每一年咧係殺40萬隻海豹嘅。咁喺加拿大咧，你係要用一個 fishing permit， 係一個捕魚嘅
釣魚牌，
係啦，釣魚牌就唔係一個 hunting 嘅牌，即係唔係獵殺嘅牌。所以阿 Pat 話，即係唔知
納米比亞就當佢係菜，
係啦，加拿大當佢係魚，係啦。
Can you hear me?
OK，yes。咁嗱，因為其實嚟講咧，我唔知阿 Pat 知唔知道啦，喺香港人咧，除咗去海洋公園之外咧，就冇機會見到呢啲咁嘅海豹啦。咁但係其實可唔可以話俾大家聽，海豹即係一啲有趣嘅生活習慣啊，或者佢嘅 habitat 係點？會唔會有啲冷知識俾大家知道啊？
哦 ，OK， Pat, so we're just totally astonished by what you just told us. But Jacqueline was asking, we here in Hong Kong, we don't know anything about seals. We see them in an aquarium, in a marine park, so they come on and just do the flipping thing. But what is the habitat of seal? Like, how do they live and what do they eat? That kind of thing.
It's quite astonishing. There are 33 different species of seals. They cover pretty much many diverse habitats. The Canadian seal, or the harp seal, it breeds on the scattered ice floes of Canada.
Right.
It uses its stomach muscles to pull itself forward across the ice.
Right.
This makes it very sluggish on land.
Right.
So when the Canadians are clubbing their harp seals,
right.
the seal doesn't have the ability to take evasive actions.
Right.
So the chances of landing an accurate strike enough to stun the animal are fairly good. Although it's a cruel practice, you do manage to dispense the animal quite quickly.
Okay.
By comparison, the Cape fur seal, the seal that is now the target of the Namibian seal hunt, it has the ability to tuck its hind flippers beneath its body to walk around on all fours. This makes the animal very agile on land. When the clubbers are beating these animals to death, they take evasive actions. This means the chances of an accurate strike are compromised.
So it takes many.
The result is that the baby seals in Namibia are repeatedly beaten. They're not just once or twice. They get numerous blows to their heads. They get so terrified that they vomit up their mother's milk in fear. And pregnant females have been known to get so worked up out of absolute terror that they self-abort. I mean, how horrific can that possibly be that an animal self-aborts?
But how? How do they do that?
How do they do it?
Yeah, self-abort themselves. Like, what can they do to themselves?
They get so scared that they give premature birth.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear all that.
You know, and the species is completely different. As we were talking about the different habitats, the Canadian seal breeds on the ice in scattered isolated pockets, scattered all around.
Right.
When you clubbing one, it doesn't tend to affect the entire colony.
Right.
By comparison, the breeding grounds of the Cape fur seal in Namibia, these are very densely packed. I mean, you've got 150,000 animals in a very small confined area. When the clubbers arrive in the morning to do their dirty work, it creates a panic within the herd.
Yes.
So the seals all stampede towards the safety of the sea.
Oh.
The adult bulls are big, heavy animals. They weigh about 350 kilograms. They just run for the sea. And any small baby pups that get in their way are automatically crushed by these larger bulls in their panic.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me explain. It's just so hard to take in all this information. 真係 Pat 咧，即係講咗啲好精彩嘅資料俾我哋知咧。簡直真係真係好氣憤啦！嗱，佢頭先講啦，我哋頭先講到呢個其實呢啲咁嘅 BB 仔咧，因為呢個全球氣候暖化嘅原因。其實大家都知啦，啲冰係溶緊㗎嘛，係啦。咁其實嗰啲 BB 仔咧就係因為嗰啲冰塊嘅溶解咧，咁佢哋會分裂啦，啲 BB 仔會跌落水啦。咁跌落水嘅時候，佢一係就浸死，一係咧就俾啲冰壓翻死。咁佢係真係有個報告出嚟咧，話今年咧係全部100%所有嘅 BB 仔都係死晒嘅。哇！呢個加拿大啊嚇！真係太過分。咁咧，阿 Pat 亦都解釋，佢話因為呢啲咁嘅 BB 同埋佢哋呢個海豹，佢嘅成長期起碼要到5至6歲，佢先可以再係到呢個成熟期係可以交配，可以做下一代。咁喂，大佬，你 wipe out 晒，冇晒喎，
冇晒喎，絕種㗎啦又。
好快㗎咋，
係咯，
好快冇㗎咯喎，咁搞法，你係咁殺，佢根本就冇時間俾佢去成長，冇時間俾佢再培，即係有下一代嘅時候，咁你仲冇啦，冇 seal 啦，玩完啦，係啦，咁咧就呢個係呢個加拿大嗰方面啦，咁咧呢個納米比亞啦，係，咁咧呢啲咁嘅 BB 咧，佢殺佢嘅時候咧係7個月大，OK， 但係喺7個月大嘅時間，呢啲海豹其實佢係要11至12個月咧，佢先至話係可以成長，去自己去獵食嘅。OK。咁但係你7個月就殺咗佢啦，咁你有咩藉口話我殺咗佢，因為我要保護我嘅捕魚業啊？喂，佢仲喺度食緊奶嘅時候啊，食緊奶你就去殺咗佢，喂，
佢仲未開始食魚。
佢都未開始食魚，你就話佢食晒你啲魚，所以要殺佢。呢啲咁嘅政治，呢啲咁嘅 politics 咧，真係好黑暗。佢有佢自己講咯，
完全係佢自己講晒都得。
佢自己講晒，係啊，係啊，
好離譜啊！
歪曲事實、歪理呢啲直情係。
直情啦，因為其實我聽完之後咧，其實我真係覺得好氣憤，即係點解即係中國人嘅社會咁少呢啲資訊咧？梗係有人喺背後有啲咩陰謀，係啦。咁樣咧就嗱，今集咧肯定 cover 唔晒㗎啦。咁我哋
太多料要爆啦。
下一集咧再請阿 Pat 嚟，我哋繼續爆料。
OK，
好冇？
好，一定要。
下一集再見。
好，
拜拜。